Hi, it's Tarrant.
And Stella from Meeple University on the Dice Tower.
Today we'll be teaching you how to play Pocket Paragons, game designed by Brian McKay and published by Solis Game Studio. We're using a prototype copy of the game, and so the rules and components may not be final.
And hopefully you know how to play this game after watching this video. Now let's get to the table.
Pocket Paragons is a quick playing duel for 2 players. Over several rounds of play, players will send their paragons up against each other, choose actions secretly and simultaneously, flip them, and then resolve any damage. Battle rounds continue in this way until all of one player's paragons are killed, and the player left standing wins the game. In this video, we'll be showing you characters from both the base Aegis box and the expansion Temporal Odyssey box. To set up for the standard tournament mode of the game, each player takes 3 paragons from those available. Choose which of your 3 paragons is going to be your first into battle, and set the other 2 off to the side for now. Set your paragon face up with its text showing. This text is not a special ability, but it gives you a flavour for how this paragon plays. And then find your ultimate card, which will have the purple icon. This is placed underneath your paragon's card, with the cost showing, but the ability not yet active. The remaining cards are turned face down and held in the player's hand. Take a health dial, which is set to 10 hit points and 0 energy. Once both players are set up in this way, you're ready to play. Each round of play is resolved in 2 stages, selection and resolution. In selection, each player chooses 1 card from those in their hand and plays them face down onto the table. In the resolution phase, these cards are flipped face up and then resolved. First, check for counters. Each type of card counters one other type of incoming attack. This agility attack counters intelligence, but this strength attack counters agility, and therefore counters this attack. When an attack is countered, that card is returned to the player's hand, and the player who successfully countered gains 1 energy, which is tracked on the player's dial. Each attack which remains uncountered is then resolved. First by dealing the amount of damage as shown in the icon, so here 2 damage would be suffered, and then resolve any other effects as printed in text on the card. Finally, any attacks which were resolved are exhausted, which means they are moved to a discard pile. Then move to the next round, with players again selecting from the cards they have remaining in hand. One important card that each player has in hand is the rest card, which comes under a different name for each paragon. This is always represented by the sun logo. This ability causes no damage, but it allows the player to gain 1 energy, and then, at the end of the turn, pick up all exhausted cards back into hand. But be warned, resting at the wrong time can be deadly. If you rest on the same turn that your opponent plays a red weapon card, then your paragon is instantly executed and killed irrespective of its remaining health. Each paragon has a purple coloured ultimate ability, which is unlocked by gaining energy equal to the number shown on the card. If the ability is passive, then immediately reveal it as soon as you've reached the required amount of energy. This new effect will be in place for as long as that paragon remains alive. If the card says ultimate, then take it out from under the paragon and add it to your hand. This card must be played during the selection phase of a round, like any other of your abilities. After it's resolved, one of 2 things could happen. If the card says to store the ability, then put it back underneath your paragon after playing it, and reset your energy to 0. You'll need to rebuild your energy to have a second chance to use that ability. Alternatively, if the ultimate ability says to be banished after played, then remove it from the game after using it once. A paragon may be killed in one of 2 ways. Either by its health being reduced to 0, or by being executed irrespective of remaining health. When a paragon is killed, the player chooses one of their remaining paragons and then brings it into play in the same way as setup, So taking the starting card, adding the ultimate card underneath, and then setting up their hand. The player also resets hit points to 10 and energy to 0. Then the player chooses any one card belonging to the dead paragon, excluding one containing this icon, which is usually the ultimate, and adds it to the hand of the new paragon, replacing the equivalent card from that new paragon's hand. In this way, the new paragon is strengthened by either getting a more powerful card or a better combination of cards from the powers of the old paragon. When your second paragon dies, you will hand down both the first paragon's card and one chosen from the second paragon. The game ends once one character has lost all 3 paragons and the player left standing is the winner. If both players die by going to 0 hit points on the same round, then whoever loses the fewest hit points below 0 takes the Pyrrhic victory. If still tied, keep playing until one player breaks the tie. The 3 vs 3 tournament is the standard variant of this game, but you can also play in single mode, which is a simple battle to the death between one paragon per player. The game can be very abrupt, especially with an execution victory, so best of 3 is a common way to play this mode. And that's how to play Pocket Paragons. We hope you enjoyed this video.
When we film this video, Pocket Paragons is going to Kickstarter. So we'll put the link in the description below when it is live, so you can check it out. And if you enjoyed this video, please help us by hitting that like button and subscribe to the Dice Tower if you haven't already done so.
And finally, if you have any questions, comments or feedback, please leave them in the comment section below.
Until next time!